Hi Flosstube, it's Nicole. Welcome back to Stitching with Nicole. It is Sunday, November 2nd, 2025. Happy November. I am back. I know it's been a huge break, much longer, I think, than I've ever taken, and much longer than I intended. So, a quick overview. We're not going to dwell too much on everything else that's been going on, and I want to dive into some FFO'S and what I've been stitching, what you guys are here for. And then we'll kind of talk about November, my plan for November, my birthday start. This is my birthday month. And a little bit of haul. I'm sure I'll leave things out. I know I didn't get all of my FFO'S finished that I had hoped to for Halloween, but I'll show you where I'm at, and we'll talk about why they're not quite all the way finished. So a little tiny life update. I know many of you guys know that I have two Shih Tzus, and my youngest, who will be 3 here in a couple weeks, he had a neck injury with what 2 vets have determined more than likely was a bulging disc in his neck, which requires a lot of crate time, which is hard. He's my very active dog. He likes to run. He likes to play. He is busy. So it has been painful. It has been hard. He was in a lot of pain. We've had a couple of regressions. He got a clean bill of health on Friday. She did ask for me to keep him fairly calm through the weekend, and if all went well, that Monday we could resume normal activity, daily walks, and all of that. So very, very good news. He's doing fantastic. We have not had any more issues, but it has been long. It's been hard. He is not used to sleeping in a crate. He was not a crate-trained dog, which stinks, and yes, that's on me. When he was a puppy, he was terrible. And so I allowed him to sleep with me from the get-go. It has been extraordinarily difficult. I have not had a full night's sleep in like 6 weeks. Let's just say this girl's too old for those new baby type of things or whatever. 'Cause wow, I'm feeling it. I have intended to come back, before now. I know I said that, but I taught 3 weekends in a row in October, which was a lot. And it was on the weekend every single time. And just with regular work and life, third quarter is always super busy. I just really, when I had a minute, I just needed to sit down. So thank you guys for understanding, and thanks for everyone who has reached out and checked on me, and of course, for all your thoughts and prayers on my little Frank, because my fur babies are everything to me. I absolutely love them. They are very, very spoiled, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So I do have, I think, 3 FFO'S. I would have had, if we count When Witches Go Riding as 1, so that would be 4. Anything from Jack-O-Lantern Jubilee, which I only had 2 finished, that could be 5. And then another old one that I had forgotten about would have been maybe 6. But they're all little individual things, so really just 3 complete FFO'S. And again, I know it's after Halloween, but this is kind of our Halloween recap, I suppose, if you will. I am getting ready to take everything down later today, put away all of the Halloween, probably put out a little bit of fall, but I am ready to get the Christmas things all out and up and all of that good stuff. I didn't even mention, I've also had work done here at the house. So there's a lot. Yes, Frank was having all those issues, but I had a new shower put in the basement, so there was all of that. Yesterday I had a water softener put in, so it's just been one thing after another. Some seasons, I don't really always love that phrase, but some seasons are just busier than others. And I decided it would probably be better to take that break in October than any other time, because I am very, very, very much looking forward to Vlogmas, which starts December 1st. If you don't know, last year I did Vlogmas. I do have I'll put it here. I do have a playlist here on my channel, so definitely check that out if you want to see that. And I'm looking forward to doing that again this year. There will be daily videos from December 1st through the 25th. After that, I won't have daily videos. However, I'll have regular Flosstube episodes. We're going to have a whip parade at the end of the year and a finish parade. So things to look forward to. And all of November, I plan on having weekly update videos, because this has been too long. I have no idea what I've done, what I have not done. I don't hardly know who I am most days. Okay, so let's jump into today's episode. Let's talk FFO'S first. So I'm really excited about these. So I finished Casting a Spell by Blackbird. I know I showed it on my Instagram, so if you're following me on Instagram, you've seen it there. If you're in my Patreon, you've seen a lot of it. The finishing tutorial for this is going to go up in Patreon, perhaps later today, perhaps next week. I know it's after Halloween now. Again, I had intended to have it all up, but I kind of took Patreon on a behind the scenes and what was working, what was not working. Truth be told, I'm going to tell you guys there were some issues along the way, but I'm glad I figured it out. The issues were I didn't want to finish the Casting a Spell like the instructions in the book. So here's Casting a Spell by Blackbird. These outer four were finished by wrapping around an empty Jello box that was stuffed with batting. I wanted to make these pillows instead. These are all finished like on a mat board, sticky board, something like that. I did try that with one of them, did not like it. Opted instead to make all of these little pillows. I do have templates that I figured out that worked best for me. Oh, I'm missing one. Well, hopefully I find it, because that size is going to be, well, I do have it in my finishing video. So anyway, I made templates for the size, and it's much bigger than what you think. I'm going to flip my camera. The template is much bigger than the opening. That's because if you make it exactly to size, it's going to be too small once you sew it and stuff it. So I made my templates pretty good size. Like I said, I'm missing that small one. I'm sure it's laying around here somewhere. I'll find it before I finish editing that video. Anyway, this is my box. Lots of questions on the box. The box is the called for box from Hobby Lobby. It is a raw wood box. I did paint, stain, and wax it. I did disassemble it to do that. I did video that, and Patreon has seen that portion of it, and I will of course be editing all of the steps and sharing all of that. I love this so much. My paint and wax I did get at Hobby Lobby, or maybe Michael's. I think maybe I actually picked those up at Michael's. The box, though, does not come like this, so you can definitely stain it, paint it any color that you want. I removed all of the hardware to do that. And again, I will share that completely in the finishing tutorial. No promises when I will put that full tutorial up on my channel. It may actually wait till next year. We shall see. But definitely we'll be getting it all finished and put up in Patreon here this week. Let me zoom out just a tad. So again, I made all of mine into little pillows. So I'm going to open up my box and show you guys, and we're just going to pull one of these out. And I'm going to show you, I stuff them really full. I stuff mine with wool roving. I find it holds up the best. And when I stuffed it, when I was finished, I flipped it over and pressed it really hard with my iron, giving it really firm pressure to get it kind of as flat as possible. You can see mine's pretty firm, nice and stuffed. Both the front and the back fabric have interfacing, lightweight fusible interfacing on them. And no, I did not cover up my little slit in the back because these are going to stay in here. To my knowledge, there are not other box designs from Blackbird to make this interchangeable, so mine's just going to stay like this. I'm not planning on removing anything, but I do want to show that my pillows are tight enough. Do you see that nothing fell out? Nothing is going to fall out. That was my goal. I want them to fit side to side, top to bottom. So when I go to put this in, I stuff it in like so. What I found worked great is your stuffing stick or chopstick to kind of push down those corners. And then I just kind of push it in there nice and tight. That's how I wanted mine to look. I wanted mine to be really nice and tight. So notes, yes, even these little ones are pillows. I'll show an example of all of them. I did choose, instead of opening along a seam, I chose to open them in the back and kind of Frankenstein them because I think it makes them look nicer. I also did choose to do those Frankenstein stitches because if you leave it open, the stuffing tends to pull it out and it isn't going to look as nice, you know, on the front and the top and the bottom or side to side, whatever, but usually the top and the bottom, depending on how that cut is. And I definitely wanted it to look really nice and finished, but I didn't really feel like I necessarily needed to cover up my Frankenstein stitches because no one's ever really going to know. I mean, now you guys know and I know, but nobody else. This design was stitched more than once because I made my first pillow too small and could not fix it. I will also tell you, this was stitched twice. No, this one was stitched twice because I had made this pillow the right size and then I accidentally cut this one wrong because I didn't have a template and I had forgotten. I don't know what happened. So I actually restitched this. I pulled out the stars and the moon in this one. They are charted in the orange color. I stitched them in the yellow. I think it's Harvest. No, I'll just tell you guys what color it is. Harvest Basket. So Pumpkin Pie was what they were charted in. I stitched mine in Harvest Basket because I liked the yellow for those better. This stitched quickly, thank goodness, because I really messed up that first one. It was too small. And then I added a couple of extra things. Not a ton because I don't really feel like it needed a lot. This pillow, for example, I don't even know. You can see them kind of in real life. I put some little black vintage style pins in this one, just kind of for fun to make it look kind of sewing box-ish. And then let's pull this guy out. This one, since it was a repeating pattern, I thought it would be super cute and fun to put one of those decorated bulb pins in it. There's a couple of fun little vintagey buttons on this. I added the Tim Holtz 13 charm. I wish I had a 31, but 13 was cute enough. And then I had a little scrap of this orange silk ribbon. I think I got it at a shop in New York like 100 years ago. I'm kidding, but it was a long time ago. Back before my card making days, back when I scrapbooked, I was there with some friends. And I think we went into, I don't know, it was this really, I can't remember the shop because like I said, it's been like over 15 years ago. But I had that scrap of ribbon and I loved it, so I tied it into a little bow. I have little knots at the end. I really like it. This bulb pin, I could make one, but I was looking through my drawer of goodies. And last year I went to a hands-on design class and Dawn, who is Retro RX, I believe, if I'm reading this correctly, actually it was Dawn and Serenity. They gave it was the hands-on design Midnight Garden. This is so smart, you guys. What I mentioned about this is because if you go to a class, if you go to a retreat and you hand out something, I love that they put their information on here. So these gals gave a little gift, which was the bulb pin with the buttons. They put it on this cute little Monopoly card, but they made a sticker with the date of the event, which was August 10th, 2024, what it was, and then they gave their names and their Instagram handles. And I love this because I remember. So now I've used their gift and I've added it to part of my box, which is such a fun memory. So, okay, I kept this because I think it'll fit better back here. I was actually going to keep this in here because I thought that was kind of fun. Anyway, we're just going to hide it underneath. I loved that little memory. I loved that I could include something that was gifted to me into an FFO, and I absolutely love this finish. Do not be intimidated by this if you have been. First of all, these stitch up super fast. I stitched 2 over 2, so 2 strands over 2 strands of floss over 2 strands of linen, using 30 count gray Weeks dye works, all called for. That's the called for size to fit. So I just did called for this, called for colors, everything. It's all Gentle Arts. And it worked perfectly. The only difference was how I finished the designs that go in the box. They stitched up fast. Like I said, I had to fix multiple things. I had to either restitch or unpick and stitch and fix something that I didn't particularly like. And I was able to do all of this, and I've actually had it done for quite a few days. I just never got it shared because my month was kind of a disaster. But I love this. I will tuck it away very safely. I use some foam envelope sleeves that I get on Amazon. So I will tuck this away. All of my finishes go in those now because I want to keep them nice and safe. And I'll have this for permanent display for next year. As mentioned, I have a lot of Halloween finishes. I don't even know what that's all about, but I do. So I absolutely love it. It turned out amazing. I could not be happier. It's going to pick up my studio light in there. But so good. This is Casting a Spell by Blackbird. If you haven't done this and you have been intimidated by it, I hope when I post that finishing tutorial, it takes some of the scary out. I promise if I can do it, you can do it. Super, super easy and lots of fun. And of course, that wonderful classic Blackbird design. Okay, next up, I finished the Teresa Kogut Yippee It's Halloween, which I know I was working on quite a lot. I've had this one done for a little bit too. I made mine into an ornament to hang on my Halloween tree, and I love it. So here is the chart. This is available for Patreon members to purchase in Teresa's shop. So if you are a member of her Patreon, you can grab this. He is the cutest. I wanted to turn him into a round ornament and something lightweight for my tree. So I did a double-sided ornament, very much, you know, inspired by Kathy of Hands On Design, how she does her ornament finishes. I just love. So I kind of channeled her, I hope, with that. I don't know if I did it exactly like she does, but that's where the inspiration comes from, because I just love how lightweight these are, but still finished so beautifully. And I went very simple in my finish. So let's talk the basics here. This was stitched on 36 count Autumn Squash by Color and Cotton with my own color conversion. Again, I will put this in the comments or the description one more time for you guys in case you're interested. I'm keeping this because I do want to stitch her ice cream design from her Halloween book that came out this year with the same color palette, I think. maybe even on the same fabric. But love this so, so much. So this is the circle. I want to say, I know I got these circles cut. This might be a 4.5. I will put the exact size down below, as well as a link to the Etsy shop that I had laser cut the mat board for this. I found this wonderful, wonderful Etsy shop that cuts these circles, and I've been able to get them in sizes that I need. And I love the sticky ones from Fat Quarter Shop, but they don't always come in all the sizes that I would like. So I do utilize this Etsy shop, and it's so good. So I finished this with 2 layers of batting underneath on top of that sticky board. I laced the front piece to that. Then on the back, I did use 1 layer of batting underneath my cotton fabric. And this is just a fat quarter of some sort. I think it's a Ruby Star Society. It's like a nice pumpkin-y orange with ivory polka dot. I got it in a bundle, I think, from Primrose Cottage at some point. I don't know how many years ago, so I really couldn't tell you, but I liked it with this. 1 layer of batting underneath. Again, I laced my fabric to that. I sewed these 2 back to back, and then I covered up my seam. I made my own cording with some 310 DMC, and then made this hanger up here at the top. My bow I made with the 2.5-inch bow making tool from Chantal's 141 design. And this is actually just stuck in here. So those black vintagey style pins that I used for my casting a spell box, I stuck one in here. So you could do a decorative pin if you wanted to. And I just stuck that into my design so it's removable, basically. If I ever change my mind and I'm like, I want to do something different, or maybe I want to add a different bow, or just take it off altogether. I always like doing it that way. You can just use a little pin to stick it in. But that's just a little black and white gingham ribbon. Again, that's from my scrap container of ribbon. I love my scrap container of ribbon. So this is Yippee It's Halloween by Teresa Kogut, and it's so cute on my Halloween tree. I just love this so, so much. I'm kind of obsessed with Teresa ornaments, which you will see here in some of my finishes and my whips. Next, my last complete finish that I'm going to share today is Boo's Hisses and Cross Stitches by Primrose Cottage. This was a free Stitch Friday in 2024. It is a paid for chart now. I will link to it down below. It has been stitched for a hot minute. It's been stitched. I stitched it last year, never FFO'd it. It's actually been sitting with the back open for probably 6 or 7 weeks. I don't know what my deal was getting this one all the way FFO'd. I had a hard time figuring out what color cording I wanted to do. But how I finished this guy, I did stitch this on 46 count raw linen by Zweigart. I believe I used the called for, which was overdyeds. I think it was 3 cottage garden threads, and I can't remember what. I'll have to look at the chart. It's been too long. But I know that the purple, black, and maybe the orange were cottage garden thread colors. Yeah, I think it was the orange, the purple, and the black. Anyhow, love it. Cute little pillow. I wanted it for an ornament. Now, it may not always be an ornament. Maybe I want to, just stick it in a stitch box or something. What I did was I actually, I opened it up in the back, number 1, and then I just die cut a little star and stitched on that felt patch to cover up my opening. That's the first thing. Front and back both have lightweight fusible interfacing on them. I made and hand stitched my 2-color cording, which is like a nice dark gray that really matches kind of the gray black of this, and an orange. I stitched that in place. I just hand stitch it in place following the design or the direction of the cording. And then I had extra cording, and it actually is tacked on. I don't even think you can tell, but it's tacked on in the corners. I knotted it. I found out the length that I wanted for my hanger. I knotted the ends, frayed them, and then I just did a little stitch and tacked it in place. It looks seamless. It matches. It's adorable, cute on my tree. But if I ever change my mind and would rather this just be a little pillow, all I have to do is snip. Let's see if you can see that. Snip that little thread, and I can have a pillow instead. So I basically just added in a hanger, and I am going to be doing this for other things too that I want to use to decorate my tree now, but maybe I won't in the future, and that's okay. This makes it kind of very easy to customize, because if I snip it off, it's just a cute pillow with the cording. I could tack a little bow onto it. I could put stick pins in it, whatever I want to do, and it would be super sweet. So this is Boos, Hisses, and Cross Stitches by Primrose Cottage, and I love it. I will be doing lots of finishes like this because I really like the little pillow finish, but I like it as an ornament. So really, really cute and fun, and I hope you guys enjoy that as well. Okay, we're going to take a minute to talk about all the FFO'S that were this close to finish. That means they're sewed. They're turned out at the bottom because I'll be doing a little blind stitch, but I didn't get them stuffed because I'm waiting for rickrack. I did not have out of everything I have, I could have made something work, but I wanted a specific kind of rickrack, the natural linen rickrack, so it's ordered. I think it'll be here Monday. I got to get a video out. So I decided, you know what? We're just going to show these. I will stuff them, finish them, add the rickrack trim to them. We'll talk about it. I'll show them next week. It's all good. So it's real life here. Let's talk about when witches go writing first. So this is When Witches Go Writing by With Thy Needle and Thread. I stitched mine on all called for using the called for linen, which is 40 count vintage country mocha, 1 strand over 2 with the called for threads. All of mine finished into little pillows following Brenda's instructions. I cut the same distance away. They are open at the bottom. I have pressed them all, as you can see, but this is a good example. Maybe if I can open it a little bit. See how both my front and my back have lightweight fusible interfacing on them? That is how I finish everything, because I think it gives, I shouldn't say everything, not my framed pieces, but if I am making ornaments or pillows, that is what I like, because I feel like that gives both my front and back, it protects my stitches, number one, for the front. On the back, though, I found that I felt like my cotton fabric was a little too flimsy, and I like the sturdiness that interfacing provides. So that's how I do those. So this is where I'm at. I'm going to be using the rickrack trim. Basically, they're going to be finished just like this, just in time again to put those away for the year, and I'll have them out for next year. It's okay though. It's never a bad thing to have things ready to go for next year. I'm trying really hard to let go of some of my guilt that I had because I had such grand lofty plans, and it didn't happen. Sometimes life throws curveballs, and it's all okay. So that is When Witches Go Writing. Now, the next is I had hoped to get all of these done. This is Jack-o'-lantern Jubilee, again with Thy Needle and Thread. And I only have the one I stitched last year, the one I stitched this year. At this rate, it's going to take me years to finish all of the designs in this book. So I finished this one in 2024. I finished this one this year. I decided instead of waiting, let's see what fabric. Oh, I put a Tim Holtz fabric on the back. I liked it. Instead of waiting till they're all done, I thought, you know what? I'm just going to start making the pillows. And I went ahead and sewed up my pillows, interfacing on the front and back of these again. And I will be putting that same rickrack on these. Now, the difference being, I know, oh, I should say, these are stitched on 40 count Winter's Brew. Okay, called for is Brenda's. I know I didn't do that. This is 40 count Winter's Brew, all the called for threads. So I am going to finish them with the rickrack trim. That being said, I think I'm going to take like a little bit of raw twine and I'm going to knot the ends and I'm going to stitch it in place because I wanted to make these decorations for my tree. However, I may not always want them to be that. So I'm making them as called for basically, but I'm going to be adding hangers to these. They're tiny. I think they're going to be really cute on my Halloween tree. And I'm trying to have more, I have so many Halloween finishes, hard finishes, some framed pieces now, that I think these as Halloween tree decorations will be adorable. So, but I don't want to make it permanent. This is like my new go-to. No matter what kind of hanger I put, whether it's twine or my own cording, I think that makes a really functional way to be able to just snip and they can be right back to pillows. But little pillow ornaments, basically. That's what these are going to be. And I'll finish these for next week as well. Because like I said, they just need stitched. I don't know why I didn't stuff them. It's kind of funny looking at them like this and then knowing when they're stuffed, I'm not going to be able to hold them in one hand like so. But anyhow, that is a lot of my finishes. I have another one. This one will also be a decoration for my tree. I did stitch this last year, Wicked Without Coffee. I did not get the book out. It's the Primrose Cottage 13 Spooky Smalls. I used my own color conversion for this because I just used the threads that were on my ring for Jack-o'-lantern Jubilee. But I thought, how dumb. Let's just get this one done. It's going to be a little pillow ornament as well. So I will put some trim on this. I haven't determined what I want to do for this one yet, but I'll put a little trim on it, hanger, and then that's a Halloween tree decoration as well. Okay, as far as those I put in the FFO section because they're close. Let's talk some finishes because I definitely have some of those. If you are a member of Liz Matthews' Patreon, the design for October to November 15th, that's the window for this freebie. And then it goes away and then it'll be released probably in a year or so by Liz. Is something I stitched immediately. I want to stitch at least one more of them, but I got one done like that night, and I may still try. I think one evening would get me the other one stitched, and then I can FFO both of them. Maybe I'll try to do that before next week so that I can kind of tuck those away with the Halloween stuff and be done with it. But join Liz's Patreon if you haven't. I love it. Okay, so this is the free design for right now. And again, this one is available till the 15th. This is these cute little ghost stuffies, and they are so simple to stitch. I stitched this one. I'm going to stitch this one, and then I'll be done. Let me show you what I stitched. I did not iron this for you. You're welcome. Haha. Okay, so this is 36 count porcelain by Color and Cotton. I picked something from my stash to stitch it on. Let me tell you what Liz had. The color Linen from Weeks Dye Works, which I think I had in 40, but I wanted the size of the 36. And then these were stitched with DMC 642. I picked a Belle Soie silk from my stash in Eiffel Tower, which is probably pretty close to 642 to be honest. I love it. And I stitched up my first little ghosty. And then I'll do the little like sampler ghosty like I said, that will be fast, and then finish those up. But absolutely loved it. Thought it was so cute, so unique. And again, for this Halloween loving girl, I just thought the little ghost, and they're such sweet little ghosts. They would be darling tucked into your stitch boxes. They're cute stitched or tucked into your displays, all your little, you know, pillow dough bowls, all of the things. So I just thought they were super cute and would probably make fantastic little gifts. Like if you have retreats and things that you're going to next fall, these would be adorable to tuck in. You could even, you know, do like a little tag with the little sampler alphabet. If you do like the little, if you do the floral design one, or even the plaid, which is so cute, which that's all over. I thought about making them dual-sided, but then I didn't want to stitch all of that. So I just stitched this, and I'll stitch this one. But I thought the alphabet's so cute that like you could make just a little patch that you put on the back of your finished ghost with the recipient's name, and that would be super sweet as well. So really fun. This is called Ghost of Stitches Past. Also very cute name. Awesome chart, Liz. And I'll put a link to Liz's Patreon down below, as well as a link to the floss I used and what fabric I used. This was probably from a club, so I don't know if porcelain is available, but just a nice light linen will work. So there is a Back to the Ball Sal being hosted. Back to the Ball Sal, I'm going to put the hashtag here, and it's hosted by Sarah Elizabeth Stitches on Instagram, and I thought it was so smart. Back to the Ball is talking about the Jingle Ball hosted by Lindy Stitches each December. And we'll talk about Jingle Ball here in a minute, but it was focused on stitching something from Jingle Ball past, and I decided to do a start and finish. And this kind of brings it back to my Teresa Kogut ornament. The Yippee It's Halloween. Apparently I'm obsessed because I stitched this bad boy up in no time flat. And then I started immediately on last year's Chantal's 141 design ornament box by Teresa Kogut. And I purchased and bought her November ornament, which we'll show in haul. So let's talk about Back to the Ball Sal first. So in the Jingle Bell Baubles book, which each year the designers contribute a design to this book. This was the 2024 book. And when I purchased this, I knew that Teresa's was the one I wanted to stitch. I am kind of a sucker for a specific sort of Santa, and this is my favorite. Well, that's not true. There's two Santas I love. In stitching, I really like this, and in decor. But I also like the very classic, jolly, you know, vintagey Santa with the really round Santa. Kind of more of the childlike one, I guess. But I am a sucker for a good face, no matter what kind of Santa. And the face, to me, just seals the deal for this. Now, if you're looking at this and you're thinking, I feel like that this is now available, you are correct. Teresa has just released this. Lots of shops have it for pre-order. I'm going to pop a link down below. Pick this up at Lindy's Stitches with my link. And you too could have this stitched up and ready for your Christmas tree or decoration, however you want to finish it. It is finished on a paddle by Chantal's 141 design. I do think I'm probably going to finish mine like Yippee It's Halloween on the chipboard, so it's lightweight, and make a circular ornament for my tree. That's what I think I'm going to do. We'll see how far I get. I haven't got my trees out to decorate yet, but once I do, I want to be able to put this on. So let's talk my colors for this. And I think I got to pull this up out of the way so I don't show you the chart. This is stitched on 40 count Affogato by Fiber on a Whim, using a lot of the called for, with the exception of a few colors. Like if I was out of the DMC, I would substitute the closest overdyed if I had it, which I ended up having it. A couple of exceptions. The whites, anything that's white, like the eyebrows and the beard, is, instead of a DMC, I used Grits from Weeks Dye Works. I know my browns, like the outlines and things, weren't over dyed because I had them. The star, I used Weeks Dye Works Amber because I had it. And my black is Weeks Dye Works Mascara because I had some left over from Yippee It's Halloween. Otherwise, I believe I used the called for DMC. The exact conversion for anything I changed will be down below in the description in case you're interested. But I love, love, love this Santa. He stitches up fast. Do not be overwhelmed by how that's a lot of full coverage. Do not be overwhelmed by that. I will say starting for me was the hardest part, and then I tried to do chunks. So I did start in the center, which is about here, and I ended up, I feel like I started outlining the beard until I got over here, and then I started some of the berries and leaves because I knew that was going to be kind of a slog, to be honest, because there's so many, they're all different. It wasn't as bad as I thought. But I did a few to kind of get my shape, and then I ended up outlining basically half of Santa and then filling in. All the reds are DMCs. They're so good. I came up, after I got this half done, I came up and finished the beard, and then I got the face in, and the minute I should have done the face earlier. The minute the face was in, I couldn't wait to get him done. So I ended up, I kind of tried to, as I got to a certain point, I would bring the leaves up. I would bring the leaves and berries around. I ended up finishing the second half of Santa and then finishing this, and it took no time at all. So absolutely the cutest. He's going to be a circular ornament for my tree. I love, love, love it. And again, the pre-order, you can pre-order now from lots of different places. Then I think they're all expecting their order around, mid-November, probably by the latest. I don't want to misspeak. And then you should have this and you can get this stitched up in no time. So love Santa wreath. I think he is gorgeous. 1 strand over 2 on 40 count affogato. Okay, let's talk some whips. I think I only have 2 that I've actually worked on. That isn't something that I have finished. If I'm missing something, who knows? We'll talk about it later. My plans all went out the window. I know I have things I said I had hoped I would finish. I don't think that's going to happen, and I'm okay with it. I am switching out my basket this evening. From Halloween is all going away. Any whips for Halloween, those are all being put back into my hanging bags in my closet. I'm going to keep my fall out, and of course some Christmas, because for some reason I did not think I would feel it, but stitching Santa wreath totally turned me into the Christmas spirit. So like I said, I finished that Santa wreath and immediately went and kitted up the awesome frosty bulb from Teresa Kogut. And this was part of the Chantal's 141 ornament box last year. So here is my progress. He's almost done, basically. This is also a new release. So if you did not get the mystery ornament box last year, you can also pre-order and pick up Frosty Bulb. So a couple of notes. The only things I changed on this, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I used mascara for the eyes and the mouth, but I'm using Grits from Weeks Dye Works rather than 3866. Stitching this on 40 count affogato, 1 strand over 2. And I do know the only difference, I tested this last night. Let me go grab it so I can show that to you. Okay, so what I'm going to do different. I kind of wanted to make this a circular ornament on the chipboard like I'm doing with Santa wreath, which I know doesn't seem like it goes because it's made square on here. But hear me out. I think this is one of those laser cut circles. I think it's going to work to use this particular circle. I was looking at this. Let me shift it. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So I'm not crazy about vertical words. And because of that, I wanted to leave them off. And with leaving off the vertical words, I think it kind of helps eliminate the need for a square ornament. Now, it's still pretty square. So here's what I'm going to do. And it will need shifted a little bit up, but this is pretty rough. Okay. Because we're losing the red over here, I am going to bring a peppermint right here because I think that's going to help with that visual triangle as well as pulling a little red over into this area. I'm going to add in at least one, maybe two more snowflakes. And then to help with this straight line over here, I'm going to bring a snowflake. I think I'll only need one over on that side. And we just need to pull that up just a tad. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, because by pulling a couple of more of these more circular elements over here, it's going to help with this circle shape. Same thing with adding a snowflake over here. I do notice that I missed a little stitch right there, so I'll fix that when I bring that snowflake there. But that is my frosty bulb ornament, and now I've totally ruined my nice pressing job on my linen. But I think you can see how you can turn it into a circular shape by eliminating that vertical word there, which, like I said, I'm just not a huge fan of the vertical word. So I think that that is going to look really, really cute on here and kind of match my Santa wreath. My other whip, the only other thing I've worked on is a fall piece that I am going to leave out because I think this will work in my fall front big dough bowl by my front door. I have this really long dough bowl and I like to put pumpkins in it. And I would like to mix in a couple of stitched pumpkins intermixed with like my other like raffia pumpkins and other texture pumpkins that I have in there. And I love this big design. This is a big design from Hands On Design. It's Murder in the Garden. And I have started, you're going to basically repeat this 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can stitch it on a different fabric, but it's made to be stitched big. Kathy also has plenty of another example, I should say, of it stitched on 32 count, which is darling. She tells you all of the information, but I am stitching mine on all the called for. So 20 count milk chocolate linen by Fabrics by Stephanie, 1 strand of pearl cotton over 2 linen threads, and I'm using all of the called for. I did purchase the dried pumpkin stems from Lois Lady Creates. So I will be finishing mine just like this. And like I said, I think this is a piece that transitions nicely from Halloween to fall Thanksgiving-ish. And I do want to leave that pumpkin display up for a little bit. So I thought I'm going to work really hard on stitching this and getting this done. What I liked was this was a nice little prep for the Jingle Ball project, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. So here are my pearl cottons. So pretty. And you do need to use like a big needle for this. I think this is, I don't even know. I think it's a 22 needle, but I could be wrong. Just something that the pearl cotton will go into. So this is Murder in the Garden by Hands On Design. That is it for my whips. Let's talk Jingle Ball. The Jingle Ball is a virtual stitching event put on by Lindy's Stitches. It is awesome. This is, I think, my third year participating, and it is so, so much fun. Which is Friday, December the 5th through Sunday the 7th. So the 5th through the 7th of December. And you do not have to take a class. $15 gets you into the Jingle Ball. That is basically the stitching rooms. So think of that like Zoom stitching. You can be off camera or on, and you can visit with your fellow stitchers. There's a wide array of stitching rooms, so you can find a group that you want to hang out with. You can pop from room to room. It's super fun. There's lots of entertainment. There's videos. There's meet and greets with the designers. There is speed dating, which is basically where you just do a 5-minute interaction with other stitchers. Don't be afraid. I thought that wouldn't be my thing. It's actually super fun. I'm planning on doing it, so I would love to chat with you for a little fun. And I was going to say for 5 minutes, but if you are enjoying a conversation with another stitcher, you can both choose to extend that conversation, and you can chat longer if you want to. But it's just a great way to meet a lot of people. I met people from all over the world. It was very fun. It was a lot of people who don't watch me. So that was really great. It was kind of very fun to just visit with others and ask what they're stitching on, what they've enjoyed the most from the Jingle Ball. You can think of something to visit with someone for 5 minutes. We all love stitching. So don't let that scare you, but you don't have to partake if you don't enjoy that. Then there is exclusive shopping. So the designers will all bring, usually some exclusive charts, some exclusive goodies. Some of them in the past, I can't speak for what it will be this year. I have no idea. But they've had physical goodies, so some of that could sell out. A lot of them offer PDFs, which those are not going to sell out, but you do have to buy a $15 ticket to partake in the Jingle Ball weekend in order to do that shopping in the shopping hall. Then the classes are that bonus extra. If you decided, oh my gosh, I love what these designers are offering, I would like to take a class, that is when you purchase. At this point, again, many of them, there's a few with the physical kits left, but many are just PDF only. You'll purchase a PDF. You can kit it up from Stash or buy your supplies. And then there will be online classes. They're like, I kind of equate it to a YouTube live video. So where there's a chat going on and you can put comments in the chat, but it's not going to be a Zoom back and forth. So the designer or the instructor can see those comments, or their helper will help read those questions to them. But the instructor is teaching you something, telling you about their class, etc. And then you can, comment, but follow along. Last year I followed along. I finished Liz Matthews' class during her class time. It may have taken me a little bit longer, but I followed along and I had my pre-stitch done. I did my pre-stitch for Kathy of Hands-On Design for her little pillow class. I think that one I mostly got done during her class time, but maybe it took a little bit longer, but I followed along as best I could. And Stacy Nash's, I did not finish mine like hers, so I watched a little bit of it, but I didn't watch all of her class because I knew I was finishing mine different. And I do have 2 of Stacy's classes this year, but I don't know. I haven't even looked at the time because I know one of them I'm not finishing. Into a Needle Book. And the mouse, the animal cracker, if I finish my pre-stitching, I'll probably just go ahead and finish it. I've made an animal cracker, so that, I do what I want. But let's talk about the classes. I'm just going to tell you what I'm doing because, again, I purchased the PDF and kitted it up myself, and you can totally do that. And if I can impress upon anything, don't be sad if you were not able to get the kit. If you see any of the classes and you're like, oh my gosh, I want that, go ahead, grab your ticket to the Jingle Ball, grab your PDF, kit it up yourself. You do not have to have your pre-stitch finished. You do not have to have it done. Don't stress, just come watch their class video, see how they finish things, and then you have 30 days to go back and watch it if you need to. Or, you know, if you feel good about it and you don't need to go back and watch it, that's great too. But just come enjoy the Jingle Ball. It's fun, it's festive, and I will be vlogging the whole experience like I did last year. I'm really excited about that. It's a fun little adventure, and I'm going to try my very best to get these done. So let's talk about what classes I picked out. So first up, I think I always take a class from Kathy of Hands-On Design. Stand Up for Santa is a stand-up. Now, I know if you've watched any of my videos where I talk about Kathy's classes, I'm going to come back. Kathy is a phenomenal instructor. If you want technical, learn how to put things together, especially those things. Stand-ups are not a brand new concept. I have never made one. And Kathy does such amazing directions and instructions. You can take what you learn from her class and you can use it for other pieces. Maybe you finish a Teresa Kogut, I'm just going to throw it out there, blue coat Santa. And you don't want to make the stuffy, the more animal crackerish type of stuffy for that Santa. You want to make him a stand-up. You will have the technical skills to do that. That's just an example. You could do it with anything. Anything that you think, oh my gosh, that would make an amazing stand-up. So I'm excited about her. Santa's darling. Yes, but I'm excited. I've never made a stand-up. That is something I want to learn. And if you want the nitty-gritty, bare bones, fantastic instructions, Kathy is hands down my favorite finishing instructor. She is phenomenal. And she's a wonderful person to boot. But she is a great instructor. So, Stand Up for Santa. I love him, and he's in my colors. This is my Christmas colors. What's funny is I wasn't sure I wanted to, I know this is going to sound bad. I find that sometimes this happens with certain designers' designs. I see them and I'm like, oh, it's so cute, but I don't know. And then the more I look at it, the more I watch the videos that they talk about their designs, or the more I see it, the more I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this so much. I must have it. I must do it. So I bought the PDF for this, and he is so cute. He is stitched just like Murder in the Garden. So remember, I just showed you my whip for that. He's going to be big. He's stitched on 20 count natural brown linen by Witchelt. Well, I don't like Witchelt. There's a fun fact. So because I had bought a big piece of fabric for Murder in the Garden, and what I had left, this is again that milk chocolate from Fabrics by Stephanie, I have enough to stitch him. I measured it out. So I am going to stitch my Santa on this, which I think the added bonus is the white will really pop on this. And I don't foresee, other than the kind of goldish color, let's look at that, because I have not started my pre-stitch. Oh, I think that'll still be okay, which is just the tree stem. So this is stitched in pearl cotton, 1 strand over 2. Now, if you would rather stitch him with the DMC on a different count of fabric, whether it's 2 over 2 or 1 over 2, you can still do that and follow along. Your Santa's just going to be much smaller. There is nothing wrong with that. So again, make it yours. His beard does have some whisper floss in it, in I believe Ecru. I did pick this up. So check it out. I know Kathy has given out some options for kitting up your own. I think I probably got most of my pearl cottons from 123 Stitch. I did buy the Ecru pearl cotton here in 8. That is for the side detail. The rest of the pearl cotton is pearl cotton 5. So I'm going to get mine all kitted and cute on floss drops and get to stitching. But this is Stand Up for Santa. And this is one of the classes I signed up for the Jingle Ball 2025. The next class that I signed up for, I have made pears before. So would I have actually required a class? Probably not, but I loved these. These are the Christmas pears by Annie B's. I'm probably going to go ahead and get mine stitched and FFO'd, to be honest. If I can get them done ahead of time, more the better. I kitted it all up. So Annie's were stitched on 36 count Aztec red linen from Weeks Dye Works. If I can find that in stock, I'll link to it down below. I'll also tell you what I'm using because my whole goal was to try to kit everything from stash. I had to buy some of the pearl cottons. Some of those I had. Those are from my drawer. Some of them, I just threw them all in that bag. Okay, so Fabrics by Stephanie Peppermint Sparkle in 36 count. I had in my stash, and this is a beautiful, it's almost a pinky red, but it's red. It's not pink, but I love this. So I pulled this from my stash. And lucky for me, I had the Icing Belle Soie silk. So I am going to do the called for silk on this 36 count linen. I, though, know for a fact I am not using a green for the other pieces for my pears. I'm going to use something else. Whatever I use, I definitely will talk to you guys about. But if you've been wanting to learn how to do a pear, grab Annie's PDF, come to her class. Even if you don't get these stitched, if you have other pears that you've just been holding on to, you will learn how to finish up your pears, and I think that will be amazing. They are very easy to do. I have done some. I love making these. I think these are so beautiful. And I will tell you, I'm going to move it because I don't want to accidentally show you. Annie gives you a bonus fourth chart that is an adorable rocking horse. And if I can, I would like to stitch it as well. But she not only gives you these 3 designs, but there's a bonus design. So absolutely adorable. This is Christmas Pears by Annie B's Folk Art. She is new to the Jingle Ball here for 2025. PDF is available for this class. Kit it up with your favorite fabric. It doesn't have to be red, guys, either. Yes, these are red. Grab your favorite color linen. Grab a floss. You could stitch these in any color to match your decor, and they would be absolutely gorgeous. So that is class number 2 that I purchased. Okay, the final 2 classes are the Stacy Nash, the final 2 classes I purchased are the Stacy Nash PDFs, which is the Animal Cracker Christmas Cookie Series Ginger, which is this cute little mouse with a gingerbread house. I'm going to pick my own linen for this. I am going to use the called for color, so we'll figure that out. I don't know what I'm using for this one as of yet, but I have tons of linen. It's stitched on 36 count. I'm sure that I can find something. The called for this, let me find it for you guys, is 36 count Blackberry Primitives in Old Red. So I'll just use something I have. I'll find something. I know I have something that I'll want to use. And like I said, I've made an animal cracker, so I'm good with that. I am considering, because she has the gingerbread house, and depending on the color of linen I choose, I might make her an ornament for my gingerbread tree. We shall see, though. I might just make her, you know, an animal cracker that I can tuck in anywhere. Then the Gingerbread Man Sewing Book, and I think, I have not looked lately, but there was kits left for this. I am going to stitch this. He is dual-sided like the gingerbread house from last year. Also, if you love the gingerbread house, get a Jingle Ball ticket. You can purchase it. I believe Stacy said it's only available in her shop this year. In the shop for the Jingle Ball, you can purchase the gingerbread house. I am not doing the needle book. So I didn't buy the kit because I'm not going to be making it this way. I'm going to pick a linen. I had picked one. I'll be honest, I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. And I can't quite remember the color. So I need to look through my stash before I get started on this. But I am going to stitch him front and back, sew it together, and probably put some batting in it or something. But he's going to be a ornament for my tree, my gingerbread tree instead. And I might even stitch him on 40 to make him a little bit smaller. I have not determined that yet. He is stitched on 36 count Blackberry Primitives Hot Cocoa. But I think any darker neutral or brown color would be fantastic. So don't worry if you don't have that exact color. I did pull all of the week's dye works called for threads for both of these charts. And with this one, you get the bonus. It's a little gingerbread house pillow, which I am going to make. So whatever linen I pick, I want to make sure I have plenty of it so that I can stitch him front and back and the little pillow that's like the little outline of the gingerbread houses. I think that'll be cute. And then we got a bonus last year in the gingerbread house that I want to stitch on 46 count linen, because instead of all of the fill-in for the gingerbread house, it was more just the cute little outline. I want to stitch it on 46 and make the needle book from the 46 so it's tiny. I think that would be super cute tucked into my Christmas box this year. When am I going to do all these things? Who knows? But that's what I would like to do. That is my Jingle Ball projects, the classes I signed up for, a little bit about the Jingle Ball if you have questions. I know I had a sweet friend reach out to me. This is the first time she's attending the Jingle Ball, and I kind of helped explain how it works, and I tried to include some of that in my video today to make it easier, I hope, for you guys as well. If you have the same questions, please reach out to me. I'm happy to explain it or go more into detail in my next video. You guys just let me know. I think staff at Lindy's Stitches puts on a fabulous event. It is such a highlight of the holiday season, and anything I can do to help encourage you guys, and of course I will post whatever stitching rooms I land in over that weekend. I will try to make a point to post that so that maybe we can meet up and hang out a little bit, chat. I think that would be really, really fun, and it's always such a good time. Let's talk my birthday start. So I need to announce it. This post is going out this week. If it doesn't go out Monday, or maybe even later today, it depends on how my day goes, it'll be Tuesday. I know I have a lot going on Monday. So I have a lot going on this week, but it's going to get squeezed in because I would love for you guys to join me if you want. I have put off announcing my birthday start mostly because what I picked, not that I didn't feel good about it, and I'm still going to stitch it. It's going to be my Thanksgiving start instead. It didn't feel Sal-ish to me, if that makes sense. So it's something I'm going to get framed, so there wouldn't be a finishing tutorial. I really kind of like my Sal's to, it doesn't always have to have a finishing tutorial, that's true, but I just really felt like it should be a little bit more of a complete. I don't think I've hosted a Nichol style Sal this year. So with that being said, my start date is November 15th. That is my birthday. I know I won't be live that day, so you're going to have to start without me. I will probably do a live after that. I have other plans for my birthday, but I'm going to go live like I do for my Sal's. I was trying to think if I would want to do it on started on the 14th. No, that's my son's birthday. We're going to be out for dinner. It does not matter. We will have a weekly check-in live. I'm still starting on the 15th. I'm starting this on my birthday. How I run my Sal's, if you've never done one before, I have weekly breakdowns of the chart I will be posting that when I post about this sale on social media, and I'll post in my Facebook group. I will post it everywhere to help. How I'm going to break it down, it'll be 4 weeks, and then the 5th week will be a finishing tutorial. That is going to take us into December. Yes, I know we're busy. Do not feel like you have to follow along, but maybe you just get a good start on it. That is okay too. But I am going to post weekly progress. At the end, I am going to do a finishing tutorial, not only for Santa, and that will be a part of Vlogmas. So the finishing tutorial will likely be a Vlogmas day. I will have a bonus for what Mr. Santa here is going to be in. So obviously, you guys know from this video, I've kind of gone all in on Teresa Kogut. I know, everybody's like, Nicole, we've already been there. But I had purchased something last year at the Jingle Ball. It is released now. I know it's a pre-order. That's why we're starting on the 15th. Hopefully you'll have yours by then. If not, just catch up when you can. But we're going to stitch Blue Coat Santa. Then I'm going to walk you through how to make him into a stuffy, how I do it. I haven't even read the directions, so I don't even know how this one was done. We're going to do what Nicole wants, but I'm going to help you turn him into a pillow. And then what I purchased for him last year, and I did not bring it up, I know it's downstairs with my wood pieces. I bought, and I'll just pop it in right here actually, I bought this wood sleigh from Chantal's 141 Design, and one of my days of Vlogmas, I'm going to show you how I paint and stain that for him, and then we're going to decorate it all up, stick Santa in it, and have Santa for Christmas. Sound like a plan, everybody? So if you have been putting off stitching Blue Coat Santa, it can be a start along for you. It does not have to be a stitch along. My stitch alongs, while I keep myself very scheduled for my scheduled stitch alongs, not my start alongs. You don't have to feel like you have to do that, because the whole playlist will live on my YouTube channel for whenever you want to come watch it. It will be there. You do not have to worry that it's going to go away. You do not have to worry that I will just delete everything. It's just going to live there for infamy, okay? So if you want to come watch any of that, you can. As in addition, it will be part of that playlist, but it will also be part of my Vlogmas playlist. I thought it would be a very fun addition to Vlogmas this year to show you how to finish that sleigh. And that sleigh video may not be at the very end. The finishing of Santa will, but we're gonna kind of paint and decorate that sleigh up. So if you want to use that sleigh, you want to put ornaments and baubles or pillows in it, whatever you want to do. I thought it would be a very, very fun way to do that. I will pop a link down to the sleigh. I will pop a link to Blue Coat Santa. I am going to stitch him. I've not even looked. That is also on my agenda, is to get this completely kitted up. Let's pull, Teresa's charts are fantastic. They're completely color. So that is great. I believe it's DMC except, no, there are a few overdyes. So Blue Corn, I think that's the coat. That's Classic Color Works. DMC Weeks Dye Works in a couple of colors as well. Those might be in the coat too. I think the coat is where all of the overdyes come in. And if I change anything, I'll let you know. I can tell you right now, I'm changing the beard to Grits from Weeks Dye Works, because I know it's not, and I like Grits from Weeks Dye Works. I'll tell you what linen I'm stitching on as well. When I pick that, it'll just be a nice basic. Let's tell you what the sample was stitched on. If it says, the book probably, or the new chart probably does tell you. Oh, Saltbush, 40 count Saltbush by Fox and Rabbit. Now, I think I have that, so that's probably what I'm going to use. You do not have to stitch it on 40. stitch on 32, stitch on 36. The finishing directions are going to be the same no matter what. It is not going to, your Santa will be a little bigger. That's it. In fact, I was going to say I might stitch him on 36. I'll see what Saltbush I have. If I have enough 36 or 40, it just depends. But either way, pick a nice neutral, a darker neutral, so that anything light or white shows up on it. Pick a nice dark neutral, grab your floss, and let's stitch up Blue Coat Santa. So this is going to be my birthday stitch along this year, which is a stitch finish along. It is doable. I know it's a lot of stitching, but he is doable. We'll break him into sections to make it a little better because, you know, we get into here and that's pretty full coverage. So it's probably going to be something like, well, let's flip, you know, instead of me doing that, it's probably going to be like week 1, week 2, somewhere around here, week 3, and week 4. That's kind of what I'm thinking. We will see how I get it broke down. I will have a nice guide for you guys, but I think he's doable. I think this will be a fun sal where I actually can do some good finishing to make it the kind of sal that I like to do. So that is my birthday sal for 2025. Did I make any progress on the 2024 one? It's looking like that's going the way of the 2023. It's not. I'm still working on that one, and I did not finish working on 2023. I unkidded it. I just will work on it when I can. But this one, because I've committed to the finishing, we're going to get this one done. And like I said, I'm obsessed with Teresa Kogut right now. So super excited about that. Oh, and I want to tell you. So yes, I'm doing Blue Coat Santa, but if you looked at that Pink Coat Santa that also was released with this and you're like, that's great for you, Nicole. Good job with the blue, but I would rather do pink. Pick Pink Coat Santa. It'll be the same kind. You can follow pretty much the same kind of schedule as the Blue Coat, but the finishing will be the same. So finish along, pick Pink Coat Santa. I'll put a link to Pink Coat Santa as well. I'm not doing Pink Coat Santa for one reason. I'm going to stitch him on flat. I don't want to do the dimensional finish for him. I'm going to stitch it flat. At least if I stitch it more than once, then maybe I would do the stuffy to put with this guy. But I love all the extra that goes with that Pink Coat Santa, so I'm going to stitch mine with the flat finish. But I did pre-order that one. So that being said, pick Blue Coat, pick Pink Coat, or whatever you want. There's no rules. I don't make any rules. And come stitch along with me for my birthday, and stay tuned for all of the details and the instructions on, not instructions, the schedule for that coming soon. While we're talking about what my plans are, obviously I'm going to work on Jingle Ball stuff and finishing up those couple things, the couple whips I showed you. Birthday start. I'm going to show you my Thanksgiving start. This was going to be my birthday, but I am going to make this a framed piece. I'm just going to have this my Thanksgiving start. I'll finish it when I finish it and take it to get framed because obviously it'll probably be too late for this year. If you've already stitched this one, you know, this isn't a stitch along, so you do what you want. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to stitch. Because I love all of these and I haven't stitched any, I am going to start Feels Like Fall by With Thy Needle and Thread. I actually don't think that this is going to be that bad of a stitch to finish. I did buy this as a kit from Farm Girl Dry Goods when it came out, so I have the called for fabric. I have all the called for floss. I'm just going to kit this up really cute, get everything on my floss ring, get this prepped, and then this one will be ready for my Thanksgiving start. If I end up starting it before then, it is just going to be what I choose to stitch on for Thanksgiving, as it's a nice fallish, you know, seasonal piece before I move completely into Christmas. I know me. But Feels Like Fall, that's going to be my Thanksgiving stitch for this year and for this month. let's talk haul. I think I'll just share a little bit. I honestly have no idea everything I've got. I do have some stitchy kindness as well. I'm going to show you the haul. We're going to go over giveaway winners. We're going to go over what's giveaways this week. And then I'll let you guys go. So first thing, I am part of Teresa Koget's Patreon as well. I did not print out all of the charts for November, but I did go buy the ornament, and I am going to start this after I finish the frosty bulb. So if you are in Teresa's Patreon or you love the look of this and you want to go join so you can purchase this, it's a $5 chart. This is totally me. I'm sure everyone knows. It's a circle, which I also love. And just like Yippee It's Halloween, the digital rendering is never as cute as the actual stitch. I will pick something, probably a mid-tone neutral, to stitch this on so that the white of the snowman really shows up. But I don't want to take away, let's see what color. I might do a conversion for this. Let's see what color the deer is. He's 30-32. Whatever I choose to do for the deer, I want to make sure it shows up on my fabric. But I also want to make sure my snowman really pops. I just think this is the cutest thing ever. I love, love, love it. So this will be a start. It's called Snow Day Friends, and it's her November 2025 Patreon ornament. And you can get that if you are part of Teresa's Patreon. Okay, my Color and Cotton Club colors came. And just in time for them to discontinue their regular club and change how they're doing clubs next year. That's okay though. I switched to the 40 count club for Color and Cotton. These are their October clubs. So this was the neutral, which is gorgeous. This is called it's called Limited Edition. That's not very helpful. Okay, so this was the beautiful neutral. This is called Oxblood, which is a nice deep dark red. Absolutely love Color and Cotton fabric. They are changing their clubs, so stay tuned. I believe Monday the 3rd you can sign up for their new fabric club offering that they're going to be doing for next year. I think at this point I'll probably sign up for the neutral if I sign up for anything. I have a lot of colored fabric now, so I will likely sign up for the neutral club if I choose to sign up. I have not decided yet. So those are my October club fabrics. Then my October Belle Soie floss came. Beautiful beach grass, lasagna, and briar patch. I love these silks. My floss fix colors came, which I just add these to my floss wall, which is handy. And this is the Classic Colorworks Club. Ribbon red, right in time for Christmas. Yay. So I'll add all those to my floss wall. And of course I had to get all of Brenda Gervais' new charts. I got Sweater Weather, Snowmen in the forecast. Whoops. Forecast. Quaker Snippets number 2. I love these. I love all of these. Winter Trio. And then I see a lot of people are starting Bells Are Ringing. So I might start this as well. And join in on the fun for that. We shall see. So I got all 5 of the new releases. I will tell you that I have purchased duplicates of all of these because in Vlogmas I needed some fun little giveaways. Yay! My Sew Sampler from Fat Quarter Shop came. This is the October Sew Sampler. This is Patchwork Prairie. as always, it comes with a wonderful little, whatchamacallit, description sheet. So let's talk about everything that comes in here. The Pie Safe Evening on the Prairie by Melissa Gilbert for Riley Blake Designs comes in here. This is valued at $22.98. Super excited about this ruler. I love these rulers for foundation piecing. This is the Add a Quarter ruler. I actually have some of these, but I'm going to try out this new one. Specially designed 1/4 inch lip. So super excited about that. Oh, I see this little lip here on the back. Yes. So this is valued at $8.98. Then let's go back over here. The 5-inch square in a square foundation paper. I actually love foundation paper. I'm obsessed with it. This is valued at $9.98. You get a table runner called Pie Safe for the fabric in the quilt. You would have to buy the rest of the things for the table runner. So background, accent, border, cornerstones, and binding. But you get the stacker. You can do it with or without. You also could do the lap quilt if you don't want to do the table runner. And if I'm not mistaken, there is a QR code where you could make, let me cover everything up. There's an optional layer cake design. I really like that one. So there's a QR code in your box for that. The pattern is valued at $9.98. The flowering box, block number 7, this is valued at $4.98. And then this I'm super pumped about. This is the Magnet Mate, and I believe you can purchase these individually as well. If so, I will do it. When you drop your needles, your pens, and you're too lazy to pick them up, or dies for my die cutters, when it falls on the floor, you can just reach down with this and pick it up. Let me drop a die. Hold on, I've got some. Let me find one. So I've dropped my die on the floor. I know you can't see it. Oh, did you hear that click? Look at that. You guys, this might be my favorite thing that they've ever had in a Sew Sampler box because woohoo. Okay. So this is valued at $12.98, worth its weight. I'm so excited about that. It's the small things. Okay, today I will be giving away the fabric pattern, and I will give you the paper so you can get that extra chart. The other things, well, I do have the 5-inch square. I'll probably give this away too because I already have quite several pads of this. So I will be giving you guys, the jelly roll and all of that. That will be a giveaway in today's video. So I was talking to absolutely nothing. Stitchy kindness, I hope that's where I left off. My friend Tabitha sent me the most amazing gift. So this t-shirt says, I wonder if my stash thinks about me too. I'm going to show you that first. Then she sent me a card based on a card I made for Craft-A-Ween, the 13 Days of Craft-A-Ween this year, which I love. And I'm going to read her note. I didn't ask her if I could, but I hope it's okay. I hope, Tabitha, you're not upset because your note was the cutest. She says, happy 3-year anniversary, only you don't know it. I found you on YouTube 3 years ago and have been a fan ever since. Tabitha, you made my day. I love, love, love everything about this. She sent the cutest little velvet zippered pouch. I'm sure she made it. She is quite the sewer. Isn't this cute? Look at the inside. So cute. Okay, I took some of the stuff out because I already recorded this and now. So the sticker, creative minds are rarely tidy. So true. I'm going to put that in my planner. She sent this adorable thread bling. Life Short Stitch Fast. It's from an Etsy shop called Stitching Along on Etsy. So I'm going to hold that up there. I'm going to put this on one of the projects I'm kitting up. She sent this pen. It's a little stitch card. I'm going to add this to my pens and needle minder wall. That is so cute. She sent her favorite reverse tweezers from Amazon, because I love these for all my paper crafting. I'm going to put those in my cart, my little carousel, pardon me, right now. Then she sent me this scoop for embellishments. There was a cute tag on this as well. Oh, I just set it over there. I unpackaged it when I thought I was recording the last time. So I'm going to put this in my carousel too. Then this cute little jar that says Stitchy Stuff or Sweet Treats. It's perfect, like little Ort jar. So cute. Thank you. And then this lotion bar, Winter Citrus. It smells amazing. I need to use it right now. Oh my gosh, it smells amazing. So this is where that one's from. Tabitha, thank you so much. I love everything. And then Danae sent me a beautiful card and note. So gorgeous. I love, love, love this. She sent some stamps, which I super appreciate. Thank you so much, Danae. And I unwrapped it because she sent a bunch of charts to give for giveaways. It was wrapped in this gorgeous ribbon with a cute little burlap tag. You can bet, look at this ribbon. So here's a fun fact. When I tell you I'm showing you finishes and I have little scraps of ribbon on things, and I say it's from my ribbon stash jar, anytime I get ribbon on something I purchase in a gift that I love, I will repurpose it. So I will stick this in my jar, and hopefully I can find the perfect project will come along one of these days that I want to put this on. So I almost consider that a gift in itself. Then she sent loads of charts. So some will probably be today, some I'll give away later. We've got Sewing Sundries by October House. The Spring Green Pears from Annie B's. I've done these. Pansy Patch Quilts Betsy's Autumn Basket. I feel like that should be today. Animal Crackers Nettle. I started her. Bless her heart. She didn't get done. From Stacy Nash. Goodness Gracious, which I finished this year from With Thy Needle and Thread. My Sweet Home from With Thy Needle and Thread. I think I'm going to keep this one. I don't have this. Not Forgotten Farm, Halloween Queen. I'm going to put that in my stack. Witch Hazel. I also don't have her. She'd be cute on my tree from Not Forgotten Farm. You guys, the whole Jack-o'-lantern Jubilee book from With Thy Needle and Thread. And then the Cricut Collection October. So some of these I will likely put in giveaways today. We'll spread some of them out. We may save some for next year. We shall see. But Halloween is over, so I might just hold those for a little bit and try to give away some fall things. I know I have a couple of other fall things I'd like to give away. Thank you so much, Danae, for all of the charts that I can use to bless this community. All right, winners and giveaways from episode 123. Now, I do want to apologize. I have got emails from a lot of winners previously. I have not got anything mailed. I had a huge giveaway for Patreon members for Stamptember, where I mailed out like almost 30 things. Anyway, I just haven't got to it. I do have emails. I do owe mailing out lots of winners. I will be taking care of that this week. So just with life and work things, I do apologize because I know that some of you are probably wondering where your prize is. So stay tuned. I do send you a tracking notification generally for that. So I will be taking care of that this coming week. Okay, winners from episode 123. The Stitch Quarterly goes to Jennifer Kinney. Jennifer Kinney? Is it the Jennifer Kinney I know? Is that you? I don't mean to be dumb, but I know Jennifer Kinney in real life. Are you stitching again, girl? If not, it might be a different Jennifer Kinney. So I apologize for me being weird. Okay, next up, Autumn Splendor from Brenda Gervais goes to Allison E. Your comment will be here on the screen. If you see that, you can email me. I will be popping that up here in just a second. 3, which was the Primrose Cottage Leaves of Autumn, goes to Tanya Erler. If that is your comment there, check it out. 4 goes to Donna Brady. And 5 goes to Susan Bennett. Please email me at the email address shown right here with your physical mailing address and, if you could, what you won, and I will get that out in the mail to you. I promise it will not take as long as some of the others have had to wait. Thank you guys again for all of your lovely comments on my last video. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Okay, today's giveaways. All right, I have 6 giveaways for you guys this week. Some are quilty, some are stitchy. In order to be a winner, please be a U.S. resident only. Please be over 18. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and leave the number of what you're interested in your comment. So we're going to just leave numbers today. I'll put them up on the screen to make that easy. I think everything but one is a bundle. So number 1 is some of my favorite fig tree patterns. This is La Radish. I've actually made this as La Carrot. It is fantastic. You're going to get that. The mushroom. I have that. I haven't made it. The cute little mouse. The pears. I would really like to try to make some of these this month. I mean, that's like a pipe dream. And the sugar pumpkin, which I am going to make this month. So if you would like this bundle of patterns from Fig Tree, these were donated by Joanna Figueroa of Fig Tree Quilts, put a 1 in your comment. Number 2 is a Lori Holt bundle, 2 cross stitch charts, Hometown Neighborhood Quilt Star House, and the Stitch Cards Set Z. If you would like this, put a 2 somewhere in your comment. Number 3 is a Kim Deal bundle. We've got Completely Catty, Hip Hip Mogul. These are cross-stitch charts. They are stitched on mesh bags, but you can stitch them on fabric. And the Kim Deal Bushels and Peck. If you would like the Kim Deal bundle, put a 3 in your comment. And all of those were donated by Fat Quarter Shop. So is this next one. So number 4 is some of the seed packet series from Fat Quarter Shop. We have Cosmos, Aster, and Roses, and then a generous viewer sent in a whole bunch of wonderful 14 count Aida. I'm going to give both these charts and the Aida away. Put a 4 in your comment if you would like this bundle. Even if you don't want the charts and you want the Aida, you can always gift the charts to some friends. Number 5 is that Pansy Patch Quilts Betsy's Autumn Basket. I thought this would be perfect for November. If you would like this, put a 5 somewhere in your comment. And finally, number 6 today are those items from the October Sew Sampler. That's going to be our Square in a Square foundation paper, the Pie Safe pattern, the QR code if you want that extra pattern, and that little junior jelly roll of the Melissa Gilbert fabric used for this. Put a 6 somewhere in your comment if you would like this. Okay, friends, I think that's it for today. That is enough. I'm sure I've left some things out. I'm sure I forgot some stuff. I am way out of practice, but I genuinely appreciate everyone tuning in, joining me for this video. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Tell me in the comments if you're going to join the Jingle Ball, or if you purchased a ticket to the Jingle Ball, and if you're taking any classes, or what your plans are for the Jingle Ball or for holiday stitching. If you're not attending the Jingle Ball, I would love to hear from you guys, hear what you guys are doing. If you're into holiday stitching, if you're still doing fall stitching, just chat, catch up with me if you will. I would love, love, love to know what everybody is working on. I will be back, barring nothing bad happening, next weekend. So I will let you guys go. Here in the US, we all fell back, so we gained an hour, but it's gonna get dark real early. That's how I feel about that. So until next time, friends, have a wonderful stitchy week, no matter what you're doing with needle and thread, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly love sharing creativity with this amazing community of crafters. A special thank you goes out to my wonderful Patreon members. I appreciate you all so much. If you'd like to join us on Patreon, you'll find the link in the video description below. Patreon is a private community where you can support more of what I do and enjoy exclusive content, behind the scenes updates, and extra perks. There's something for everyone, and we'd love to have you join our growing community. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, click that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Jingle Ball is a virtual stitching event that happens to